Welcome back to Raw is Retro. We are in early to mid-November 1998. Welcome along. This is Raw is Retro. I am your host Ross. With me, as ever, is Lord Manny Hayes.
Yes. Just to some moment of clarity, people. We are recording on on Halloween. You will see a lot of hard edits in these next sets of episodes.
Yeah.
I won't be answering doors because I don't believe in begging. I have money to buy my own sweets.
I have lots of children knocking on my door, so I've been up and down like a fucking blue-ass fly the last 20 minutes or so, answering the door to kids, asking for sweets. Like Manny said, a couple of hard edits. I may come back wearing different clothes, like Eric did on the Saturday show a few weeks back. But yeah, we'll try and plough through it as much as we can and make it as seamless as possible. Let's kick off with our episode of Raw, shall we? This is the 9th of November 1998. We're on the Go Home show to Survivor Series. Kicks off with a match. Well, kind of. Should have been a match. Undertaker versus Kane. Undertaker versus X-Pac, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't get that. Because Kane's out straight away. 20
Fireball!
seconds, I think. Love a fireball. It was on WWE's Twitter this week about Alexa firing Randy Orton in the face with a fireball. They work in that era.
That's still the best one.
Yeah,
still the best
because
one.
of the hard edits they can do on them to make it look effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, this didn't. And most of them haven't really ever worked, have they, fireballs?
I think the worst one recently was the one that happened on SmackDown with Drew McIntyre where it completely missed him.
Yes. I still like Hogan's the best. For all his misgivings, the fact that he can't fire a fireball either is awful. Just sets himself on fire, and then Warrior goes to sell it anyway. But yeah, this is not a match. It's just a bit of a schmoz. Outlaws come out, DX come out, X-Pac out there. It's just, yeah. JR's kind of talking about how gutsy X-Pac is to try and take on Kane and Undertaker.
I mean, they were really selling X-Pac for the last couple of weeks. Really hard.
What's he got coming
out?
From
the tournament to he never gives up. I don't know why they're selling X-Pac so hard.
He never gets above European title level, does he? He doesn't even get to the IC level, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
No. I mean, what's the point? Of all the people to build up DX, X-Pac is not the one. We come back from a break, and X-Pac's backstage, and he's in a lot of pain. He's worried about his eye. But the Outlaw says everything's going to be fine, so there we go. We can take the Outlaw's word for that. If they say it's going to be fine, then it's definitely going to be fine.
I mean, they were like, why are you taking his blood pressure when the problem's with his eye?
I mean, to be fair, they're right. We see Mankind backstage with Daddy Vince, Boss Man and the Stooges. Mankind's gonna it's gonna be special for Mankind tonight. This is going to defend his newly awarded hardcore title against Ken Shamrock.
Yeah, awarded.
Yeah, he certainly didn't win it. But yeah, I mean, Mankind versus
Ken, you get
hardcore.
chokeslammed through and off a cage. I guess you deserve it.
Yeah.
And then turn up to work the next day. I guess you deserve it.
Our next match is Val Venus versus Steve Blackman. It's his actual match. It goes at least 2.5 minutes before the obvious DQ finish. Val's valeted by Terry in this. But yeah, they're not an item anymore, but Terry still believes she is an item with Val.
Well, yeah, because she believes... she's still like, oh, I'm pregnant. And it's your baby.
Yeah.
And Val's like, no.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Get the hell out of here.
This is the same week that Jesse the Body became governor of Minnesota, which is still weird, really. Like wrestlers in politics. Like, obviously, we know Kane's political views. I don't think Ventura was quite as bad. I don't know. Maybe he is. I'm honestly don't know. But I'm going to guess he's not as bad. I
don't care either.
No, to be fair.
I could care less.
We get a back and forth match between these two before, it's a low blow. Owen Hart comes out, Blue Blazer. Comes out to beat...
We don't know it's Owen.
Well, no, Owen's retired. So, I mean, the Blue Blazer comes out. and beats up Steve Blackman.
That is just a big assumption, Ross. That you're assuming it is Owen Hart. That is hearsay.
Yeah, true. We will. I'm sure we might find out at some point, but until now, it's a mystery man. A mystery man dressed as the Blue Blazer. Owen, as far as we're aware, has retired. Mankind's getting a haircut.
Oh yeah, he's getting a makeover.
Yeah, corporate Mankind. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. We get Road Dogg with Billy taking on D'Lo with Mark, taking on Mosh with Thrasher. Unnecessary levels of withs in this match.
Pointless.
It is completely pointless.
Shane McMahon's a referee.
Yep, because Shane's got to be involved. Why does Shane have to be involved in this?
Because he's being punished because of bringing Stone Cold Steve Austin back with his new contract.
His friendship with Steve.
He's now He was like, if he fails as a referee, he's going to become ring crew.
Punishment enough having to referee a headbangers match. Decent back and forth, really, between the guys. It wasn't
that bad.
No, I mean, for the level of the matches that we've seen in this era, it's all right, isn't it? I suppose it's the three most talented members of their teams. I couldn't give a shit about Mosh or Thrasher, to be honest, but D'Lo far and away the best wrestler in this match, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent match. 5.5 minutes. That's a long match for a Raw.
I mean, it was okay. It's not really that good, is
it? Yeah, the Mosh wins, basically. Billy Gunn dumps Mosh out after the match and just beats everyone up, or tries to. Michael Cole is backstage. He's standing by with Jeff and Deborah. But then Al Snow pisses off Jeff Jarrett. And we know what happens then. That leads to a match at some point.
Him off.
You don't piss off Jeff Jarrett anymore, apparently. I'm not sure who pissed him off before, but yeah, he's not a happy boy anymore. Yeah, so that's leading to a match at Survivor Series, Al Snow versus Jeff, which should be all right. Two decent wrestlers. Deborah has a message for Goldust. She knows he's 100% man, and she's going to prove it tonight. Yeah. Mankind's manicure continues to get a pedicure, there's this moment. And then we get to our match of Jeff Jarrett with Deborah taking on Goldust. But yeah, DQ finish. Obviously. That's not after... I mean, Goldust does manage to kiss Deborah during this, so... Fair play to him.
Terry also comes out in a gold gown, trying to get Goldust's attention.
What? She's all over the place at the minute. She doesn't know what she's doing, does she? She wants a man. She wants a man to help father her baby.
Yeah. Which may not even be true now.
No. Is this post or pre? This is pre-PMT, isn't it? And the fake pregnancy is there as well.
It's the start.
Is this the start of that?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. Got that to look forward to. Yeah. Goldust gets this website I'm reading says kabonged. I'm not sure what that means.
He gets hit with a guitar.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so he wins via DQ. But yeah, great. The Rock is here. He's got a blue Brahma Bull on his t-shirt. I like it. One of the XFL teams is the something Brahma Bulls as well for next year.
Yeah,
because the Rock is now in charge, isn't he, of the XFL? Yeah, it's going to be great fun. We get a video package of Jesse Ventura, and he's got. There's been a personal invitation sent to Jesse to show up next week on Raw. There's the Memphis newspaper shows Jerry Lawler's editorial cartoons. For all of his sins, I quite like Jerry Lawler's cartoons and his artwork.
He's not a bad little artist.
Yeah, he's all right. And for a guy whose main career is wrestling, like as a side business, he's pretty good. Michael Cole catches up with The Rock backstage. He's full on sort of... what am I looking for here? The catchphrase. Catchphrase after catchphrase after catchphrase in this one. He's all about his candy ass and his trash Rudy Poos and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to do this these days to... Like, it's like what Jericho does in AEW as well. Like, he loves a catchphrase these days to get stuck in people's minds. And this is basic stuff of what you have to do these days to actually get people to remember you with sayings.
That's what it works, isn't it? Because The Rock's, I mean, probably one of the best of all times to get in his stuff. Like, people remember his stuff. The Rock is anyway. He's talking about Mark Henry, and he's going to beat Mark Henry up. He's going to lay the smackdown on Mark Henry. And if you smell what The Rock is cooking, he's almost there. He's almost at peak catchphrase level at this point. But
yeah, but this is pointed out that if he doesn't win, I think he's out of the tournament or he's out of WWE or something along those lines.
Yeah, obviously setting up who's going to win the match.
Yeah.
After the interview, Jarrett and Goldust continue to fight. They just appear kind of fighting into screen. The Blue Blazer turns up to save the day and then just leaves. And then go back to fighting again, which I quite like. I like that. You've not done anything, Blue Blazer. I was going to say Owen then, but it's definitely not Owen Hart. That's the end of Raw, the War Zone. No, we're entering the War Zone now, sorry, with our opening match of the second hour is the Hardcore Championship match. Mankind and Ken Shamrock. 8 minutes. 8-minute match. 8-minute hardcore match.
I didn't even like this. This went up to the ramp. This went up to the ramp with Vince and his Stooges watching a lot.
Boss Man and Stooges. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Boss Man clobbers Ken Shamrock in the head, allowing Mick to kind of fall into the pin and get the win.
Mankind doesn't need that. But it's just like match.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. I'm still just I haven't, again, not a fan of Mankind matches.
Yeah. Were you a fan of the hardcore matches? Because I was reading a thing on Bleacher Report this week. There's like it's one of the options to do with 24/7 belt that they could make it a hardcore title again, and it's literally, it says you either like the hardcore stuff or you didn't, and there was no sort of in between with it.
I like the 24/7 nature of it because it was like at the time, because it was a little bit of breakup of the show and it just made it a little bit more funny.
Yeah.
But then it got overdid in terms of like the 24/7 nonsense that we got on Raw in the last 2 years.
Yes.
And then, but because it was done in parts. It didn't become its own thing on the show. Like it didn't, if I recall correctly, it didn't interrupt matches and stuff like that. Like it did on present day Raw.
Yeah, 24/7 belt would just appear, like they'd run in and spoil a match, wouldn't they? And R-Truth would get pinned by Dana Brooke or something. Yeah. Whereas this was, it was literally there'd be a spot for it. This is like when Crash would come running out when someone's just cleared the ring, and it would be different. Yeah, I was always all right with it. It just got a bit it went on too long. I think they tried to just push it too far for too long, and it just got a little bit dull.
Yeah.
Backstage, we hear Michael.
I mean, for me, it probably is just drop that title altogether. It's not needed.
Yeah, especially not now. Like, don't change that 24/7 belt into a hardcore title now. We don't need hardcore wrestling in 2022. But yeah, backstage we get Michael Cole just telling us that The Rock has been attacked. Who could have attacked The Rock?
The Rock was down for what felt like an eternity. Like the EMTs had arrived and they cut back to The Rock. Like, let's cover this all in one.
Yeah.
They cut back to The Rock at least 3 or 4 times, and he's just stayed in the same position. Like, the EMTs have not tried to get him up on the stretcher, get him out, or whatsoever in that time that they got back. And then Vince has had time to go in there and go, well, if he doesn't make the match, I guess he's out of the deadly games. It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this Rock thing spans an entire Austin segment as well, doesn't it? And then they come back to The Rock, and he's still is he gonna fight? What did you think to the Austin segment this week? He's not really on the show much this week.
It was. It felt a bit forced. Like, after consistent weeks of Steve Austin nonsense. Yeah, this one didn't really hit with me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, it's not one of the more iconic sort of epic Austin McMahon segments. It's just kind of there. What will be an epic segment though is Al Snow taking on Tiger Ali Singh. A 2-minute match, but Tiger Ali Singh wins. He wins a match on Raw. Al Snow, I mean, even hits the snowplow, but then gets distracted by Deborah, who's turned up. And yeah, Ali Singh's
Do you know what I
finishing move
started
is
to notice about these episodes of Raw? We may have to start covering Sunday Night Heat because a lot seems to be happening.
What, following on from Heat?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So like I
spin-off of a
completely
spin-off.
so like in the next few episodes of Raw to come,
Yeah.
like the acolytes have formed, and I was like, well, how? When?
Yeah. That's quite a big moment. We may have to dip into something like Heat at some point then. Yeah. Wow. Okay. But yeah, Tiger Ali Singh wins with a running face slam, which is a weird moment, but
yeah, you can tell he's not going to stick around for very long.
no, not at all. We get to see Sable and her softcore porn workout video.
Again.
Yeah.
I feel like it was the same video.
It was.
I felt like it was the same video because I'm pretty sure it was the same video as like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, it was. We get 2 more Rock segments. Yeah, Rock is obviously going to take part in this match later on, and there's no real sort of jeopardy to this. We get Kane versus Edge with the Brood at this point. Guess how this match ends, Manny? Guess how it finishes.
Well, it's a DQ, Ross. And Kane now chokeslams the entire Brood.
Yeah, I like this though. This is what Kane should be doing.
But you enjoy the spooky stuff too much.
Yeah, Kane and the Brood. I mean, this is perfect for me. The vampires, there's monsters from hell, there's fire, there's blood, everything.
Next time you're on a Saturday show, I expect you to wear a full Gangrel frilly shirt.
I'll go and hit up the charity shops. One of them's bound to have one of them. my daughter's actually got fake blood spray because she's been out trick or treating tonight, so I'll go the full hog. I must be able to find some. It's Halloween today, so I must be able to find some discounted vampire teeth in some shop somewhere. The co-op must be able to. But yeah, Kane just chokeslams everyone, doesn't he? Really, Laura and Ross are begging him to stop, and there's no stopping Kane. Really, he's doing his referees. Everyone's out there. The crowd start booing for some reason
because they're stopping Kane from being a maniac.
Well, yes, we're enjoying the chaos.
Like it hasn't stopped today. How fans like bloodlust for tables.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, Kane leaves the ring, jumps over the barricade, and chokeslams a fan. Definitely a fan, but it's fantastic. It's how Kane should be booked. Like he's called off a fair bit since he came in. Really, just over a year ago?
Like he's beatable now. Like
yeah.
For a good while, till the Undertaker beat him, he was a dominant monster since his debut at, I think it was Survivor Series 97.
Yeah.
No, not 97. It might have been just after.
Yeah, Bad Blood debut, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Hell in a Cell match. Yeah, he seemed near and unstoppable, and then now he just seems like a regular guy.
Yeah.
Where he can be beaten.
Yeah, which is weird, but he shouldn't be like, there shouldn't be any, even still, he shouldn't be in sort of any sort of danger from guys like Edge or Gangrel. Like, it should still be the top level stars that can beat him. But yeah, they're doing a good job of building him back up, I suppose. They've done it a few times throughout his career. They will occasionally go on this big Kane hot streak where he'll just dominate everyone. We get a Vince segment. He's wheeled down to the ringside with his Stooges and Bossman. Takes some time to mention how bad the Dallas Cowboys are, which is always fun.
It's a shame that they're winning now.
It is. The entire NFC East is winning, but even at this point, they're 5-3, so not really that bad. That's fine. That's a good record. Shane walks out with his ref shirt on, which brings out Austin. Bossman lays into Shane. Austin comes out and knocks the Bossman out through the ropes. Crowd's going mad because it's Austin in Dallas, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where we're going, which sets us up to the main event of the evening. The Rock, will he be able to compete against the world's strongest man? Yes, the Rock's music, it plays 2 or 3 times it starts.
Yeah.
And then he comes down to his ring.
Still horrible, by the way, this music. Still horrible. It just sounds wrong.
The Rock's music doesn't get good until that Hollywood entrance. with the proper like the helicopters and all that sort of stuff. I love that.
Yeah,
editing.
but like, it's the boring if you smell. It's not the really if you
Yeah.
smell what the Rock is cooking, and then like really that music that doesn't even sound like his actual theme song that we know
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, Jim Johnson turned it in for this one. But yeah, of course he comes out. He comes out in his workout gear, which he would wear quite a lot over the next few months.
It's the debut of Two Stripe Rock.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, The Rock can surely afford 3
The
stripes.
third stripe.
Surely. He's not shopping for his trackies on a market, I would have thought, but apparently so. Yeah, he comes down. He has a pretty good match with Mark Henry. D'Lo obviously gets involved. Vince tries to get involved as well. Rock wins.
With Shane McMahon running in to make the count.
Yeah. Can he just ref whoever he wants then? Like now he's a lowly ref. He can just decide to be a referee whenever he feels like it.
Refs choose when to run into thing, and they
True,
also
yeah.
choose when to pick and choose when to change results and tell each other that bad decisions happen.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Rock wins after the people's elbow. Shane does the count, and then we get this must be the first Rock and Vince one-on-one little bit, really, where Vince slaps the Rock and the Rock gives him a rock bottom and a people's elbow.
Yeah.
They just go in with this worked for Steve Austin, so this will work for the Rock, surely.
Yeah, and then the fans are obviously eating this up because Vince McMahon is the biggest bad guy in wrestling at this moment in time. There is no one badder than Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. He would be the biggest bad guy for the next year, basically.
Yeah.
Until Triple H kind of takes over as the lead bad guy.
But I think that was like 2000. That's like 2000, maybe 2001.
Well, yeah. So yeah, maybe Vince is the corporation itself is just the bad guys for the next year or two.
Yeah.
Didn't seem that long when I was watching it back in time, but maybe it is that long. That is the end of this week's episode of Raw. Is Retro. Manny, your match of the night. A couple of contenders, actually.
I'm going main event. I think I enjoyed Rock versus a okay Mark Henry.
Yeah. He's not green Mark Henry, but he's still not good Mark Henry at this point, is he?
Yeah.
He's developing slowly, shall we say. But yeah, definitely my match of the night as well. Your MVP?
The really bad acting of The Rock being injured. That's so bad.
My MVP is Kane. I love watching Kane go mad and just destroying everything and anything in his way. So yeah, a couple of good shouts there. Can't go wrong with two of the biggest stars in the Attitude Era. That is all for this week's episode of Raw is Retro. You can find us in all the usual places. They're on your screen right now, just above Manny's head, in fact. That way.
Or if there's a graphic, it'll probably be either here or over there.
There's somewhere on this screen. There's a text that's telling you where to find us. You've obviously watching this, which is on the Sharpshooters YouTube channel. Make sure you liked and subscribed, and you click that little bell as well to get the notifications when all the new videos go live. There is content 5 days a week. Yeah.
Sundays and Mondays. Occasionally, sometimes 6. Sometimes 6.
So, I mean, there's best of every month as well. We've got stuff planned for Christmas. We've got stuff planned for like an awards evening, which I want all the boys to dress up in their finest suits for. I'm going to wear my Seth suit, I think, for that one. I'm just sprung out of money right now. We've got plenty of stuff for you to get involved with. Make sure you're doing that. Check us out at Sharpies Network on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on their Instagram page as well as the Sharpshooters. We're on Facebook in the Midcard Mess, all of us individually. And email the show, thesharpshooters@gmail.com.
Make Eric read. Make Eric read. Make Eric read.
Hashtag this show, make Eric read. We will be back next week on the post Survivor Series 1998 show. There
may be a watch along, there might not. Yeah, it all depends on scheduling.
Yeah, if there is, watch live with us. That's why you've got to have that little button.
If not, in the next episode, we'll probably just recap what actually happened on Survivor Series, because that's what we do.
We can manage that. I think we can manage that quite easily. Join us next week for a new era. The corporate era of WWE is about to begin. Until then, Manny, there's only one thing left to do. Goodbye!